biggest names, modern and from the past. And dude, I tell you what, we have Larva in the bottom left, not in the top right. Sure, let's get that out of the way. But like, a lot of people are doubting NaDa. Okay, if you look at his qualifier run, it's not the most impressive. There were a lot of amateurs in his bracket. He did beat 8-15, the Zerg Pro in the finals. He beat him 2-1 with 1 base play. Okay, he was going like fast vulture into 2 barracks, marine medic into like tech. Oh my God, is that an old NaDa jersey?
Signature?
Damn.
Don't wash that.
Do not. Unless it smells real bad, then wash it 1 time. Or have it dry clean, perhaps. Now, here's the thing, okay? Whatever fans think, pro gamers think, whoever thinks what's going to happen with NaDa here tonight, like I came in with these assumptions that like, NaDa probably won't make it out of here. You know, he qualified, that's great. But Genius Terran is a real nickname. The greatest player of all time considers him one of the only geniuses ever to really have played. And not only is he smarter than me, Tasus, than you, than all the fans watching, than all the pro gamers, but he knows more about StarCraft than everyone as well. Okay?
It's gonna
if he says he can make it, he can make it.
If he gets out, not only am I going to be surprised, I'm going to be so excited. Because that is such a cool narrative to have in this tournament. This guy who really did modernize the way that we were approaching RTS games. I mean, you know, when StarCraft came out, and it is important to really go back to the very beginning, RTS was, first of all, the most popular genre. Okay, all these companies were, just like now, Battle Royales are the biggest thing. RTSs were the biggest, the best. Nobody knew that the game could be played at this breakneck speed. Yeah. Right? A lot of RTSs, people viewed them similar to like SimCity or Civilization, with just a little bit more action. And when Slayer's Boxer started doing all these crazy micro tricks and pulling out these stuns so that you could eke out way more damage with a small army than we ever thought was possible, it was crazy, it was cool, but when NaDa proved that you could make this flood, this wave of units and overwhelm somebody and crush them and grow at this incredible pace and maintain it and mapping out the tempo of that, it was a big moment. Yeah. And people really had to figure out how to play in this new way. Because you can, Slayer's Boxer, if he comes back and tries his old tricks, it's not going to work. No. People are too clean now.
Yes. And NaDa is one of the oldest pros that actually can still play.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, this is a 9 pool going up against this. This is going to be tough for NaDa for sure.
Well, let's see if he can get these Marines to safety. Lings basically always beat Marines unless you have something that can block them. And so far, actually, basically perfect here from NaDa.
Yeah, good micro so far here. If he can block this quickly enough, the thing is he is losing mining time, but this was a 9 pool without speed. So
yeah, he doesn't have a ton of drones right now.
It's not the greatest build from Larva, but it makes sense that he did it as well. Oh, that was... Whoa.
Okay, somehow he did not lose a single Marine there?
No.
Yeah, he had all 3 are still alive.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Okay.
Well,
this is really bad for Zerg now.
The thing is, we talk about NaDa as how he kind of invented macro in a certain way, like he really brought it to the forefront as a champion. But the thing is, he had the micro as well. The guy is like 400 APM, so yeah. I mean, in the way that we measure right now, it says 360, whatever. But he's blazingly fast. He's good at absolutely everything.
Yeah, that was so cleanly handled, and it's not the end of the world, but I certainly don't like this position now for Larva.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. NaDa's scouting quite well. He's going to check out that there is, in fact, a 3rd base here. Again, this is a powerful thing for Zerg, this mechanic that you can get a 3rd gas for free, because normally that's the point of tension in this matchup. Right. But it is not a full gas, so that's something to consider.
Yeah, Zergs basically can't sustain on 2 bases. It's the 3rd gas that is so important, because that allows you to tech up. You can actually manage hive tech. If you get 4 gases, you're very comfortable. And so much of this matchup is basically, from the Terran side, has been hinged on trying to interrupt, interfere, stall, block, deny that 3rd base from coming up here. Now, I don't know if that's going to be as much of a factor this time around. NaDa did kind of start out in a kind of a greedy opening that he actually should have been more punished by with those Lings, but he controlled it so well that he's just in a nice spot. There's definitely going to be some muscle coming out here for Terran when he has the right number of units.
Well, you know, this is... I'm really interested to see how this matchup unfolds here on blockchain. Like, it feels like you kind of have to get your starports reasonably fast, get that vessel count up, or maybe try dropship play. The thing is, all of it is a little bit obvious, I guess, in a way, for Zerg to try to fight against. But again, if NaDa, even, you know, looking at it, starting a map like this against a player like Larva, who is a very good cognitive player as well.
Right.
You know, I think that, again, I mean, if you say you can win as a genius of Terran, as a true god of this game, I'm just excited to see what he's going to bring out.
Okay, so the Marines are going to come out now. And the idea, you know, as this game starts to develop, Terran wants to keep the Zerg feeling pressure, whether you're actually going to attack it or not. If you could force them to make, let's say, sunken colonies, for instance, or overmake Zerglings where you're not really going to attack, well, those are not drones that were being made. You know, or you make a sunken colony that you have to give up one drone to get that. And so this pressure is going to come out. Now, a lot of Zergs are very good at this balancing act of having the bare minimum defense and still holding everything, but occasionally we see things spiral out of control where they just quite didn't have enough, and the Terran comes in there and, you know, breaks the Zerg's nose, basically.
Yeah, very, very true on that. And, well, what NaDa's doing here anyways, when you open up with a 2 barracks play to get these reasonably quick Marines and medics, is you have to do the move out to force the sunkens.
Correct, yeah.
Because that's going to force some extra minerals to get dumped into that, which means 9 mutas won't all pop exactly at once. It kind of stifles the production a little bit. You know, it doesn't work perfectly with the economy. But I love to see what NaDa's doing here, right? He comes out in pressures. This is a very safe thing to have, this many Marines and medics early on, and he's teching very quickly off 2 barracks. So what he needs to do now is go home, defend mutas perfectly, and get into that next level of tech that he's working towards.
Right. So these mutas are going to come out here. Now, it should be noted that it's not clear what's better, you know, mutas versus Marines in STEM. It can go either way. It depends on what kind of an exchange you can get when the fighting actually occurs here. Now, does not have enough turrets back at home. This is a very wide turret spread, but it seems like he's just barely finished each turret to make Larva uncomfortable. Larva has to pull away and try something else.
Well, especially when you have that group of bio there, right? He's like, see this? He has 3 turrets over on that side because he can't really get bio in there, and then he's got a group in his main. If you only have 2 barracks, you're not leaving your base, you know, except for that initial move out. So he should be safe if he just sits tight and continues on his tech path. And I'm excited to see what his plan is here.
It's really funny when you're trying to deal with Mutalisks because every single turret placement is so important. Like, you basically have to have this all pre-mapped out. Because if the turrets are not set up basically perfectly, you're going to get so much damage. Now, he went for a wide spread. He doesn't have any turrets actually over where his workers are. And there's a lot of hits here on these mutas, leaving with just about 7 there.
Yeah. Well, right now, we see what Larva's doing. It looks like he's going to rush up to Ultralisks, which I think is really a smart play here, right? Like, you have these kind of free bases. Do you need defilers right away? No. Do you need lurkers at all? No. Lurkers, like, the reason why you get lurkers against Terran is to defend your additional expansions. But Larva's right now taking a 4th base. No problem at all. And, oh, my God, he's going for Ghost.
No way. Oh, my God. He's really going to do this.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe he's going to. He's qualified for ASL. He's against, I guess what someone could say is the best Zerg in the world. I guess him and Sulky, right?
Yeah, probably Sulky 1, him 2 or 3.
Yeah. And he's going to go for Ghosts. Do these mutas see it? Oh, my God, and he's killing his comp stats. Because he wants to make a nuclear
Larva
silo.
See that? Yeah.
So he wants to make a nuclear silo.
Okay, so I believe I know what's occurring here. I believe what he's doing, and this is so crazy, I think what he's going to do is he's going to have a big group of bio, and he is just going to go down and nuke the Sunkens and run in and kill him.
I think you nailed it. Basically, the Zerg have to have that static defense, right? Because Zerg is barreling into late game. Yes. Zerg wants to get the Ultras out and then have this insurmountable force that can crush anything the Terran has. But it's possible for NaDa to come out, drop a few nukes. There's no way for the Zerg to come in and punish it. obliterate the defenses, stim, and dive in before the Ultra Tech can actually kick in.
Yeah. Now, nukes are so much worse in StarCraft 1 than StarCraft 2. They do a lot more damage, but they cost 200, take a ridiculous amount of tech, and, you know, they cost 8 supply. Okay, if you lift your command center, the nuke disappears. There's like a lot of things.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure that's the case if I recall correctly.
Huh.
So we saw Lita go nukes, and someone was like, "Oh, don't you remember it does that?" I'm like, "Okay, I guess so."
No, I really don't. But I can't.
Well, no one goes nukes because the Ghost is theoretically a good unit, but no one can really utilize it well, and especially against Zerg. Like most of its utility.
Okay.
Oh God, he's throwing down more sunks.
Yeah, this is exactly what NaDa wants. No, hold on. He has to make sure he can escort that Ghost over there, though. Do you get Cloak with this?
I think you get Cloak, yeah. Because all you have to do is keep your Ghosts alive and the nuke lands. So look at this. All these sunks, he's relying on these. And now he sees the Ghost.
He sees the Ghost.
Oh my God.
He actually kind of tipped his hand there.
Okay,
but keep in mind, the Mutas can try to dive on that Ghost and take it out.
He should have a defense matrix ready, I would think.
Oh, good point, good point. Oh my God, this is so novel to cast this. Oh. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, I can't believe this is real.
God.
I can't believe this is real. Okay. Oh my God! Yes, they're gonna come in, they're gonna try to get it.
This is crazy!
This is gonna land.
Oh my God!
Did it get it off?
It didn't get off.
It didn't get off. Oh my God! Well, hold on. Is this still gonna be enough, anyways? Because he lost all of his Mutalisks. I think he has enough. Yeah. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
He's gonna win this game.
Oh my God!
The play basically worked, anyways, because all the Mutas were killed off. He had to sack everything to get over there. The next wave is coming down. He's making another nuke, too.
Now, there are Ultras on the way. He's lost some of the vessels. What are his upgrades? He's only got +1 attack. These Ultras should be up at 3 armor now. Yeah, there they are. So this is not a win for NaDa yet. If he had gotten that nuke off, I believe this game would be over right now.
Yeah.
I guess he's making another one.
Almost broke that down. Yeah, I mean, when you look at what Zerg had to do to deny the nuke, that was really something.
Well, leave it to NaDa to bring up a completely new strategy, a completely new timing that no one has ever done or seen.
Look at this. Is this going to be enough? I think with Ultras, if you can micro just right, you can really kite and avoid them, the engagement. I think he has a nuke done now. Let's see if he actually tries to fire another one in here. Yeah, he's doing it right there.
Yeah, he's keeping his Marine Medics in front of his Ghost, so even if he doesn't have the defense matrix, he might be able to get this one off.
Vessel goes down. I think this nuke is going to land Artosis. Here we go! Oh my God!
Oh, NaDa charging in right now. Ultra's popping out.
What is going on? What is going on? I can't believe it. He's going to win now.
He might, but don't forget, Larva's on 4 bases. He does have Ultras out. Maybe he can rally defense at the top of his ramp.
The surface area is tough, though, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to get a surround over there. Yeah, with this next wave, I think we have just now seen one of the biggest upsets in StarCraft 1 in one of the coolest ways ever.
This is crazy. Look at him use his medics to block that Ultra into the minerals. Oh my God, beautifully done. But, I mean, more Ultras are being made. He's rallying down his Marines. I don't know if it's enough. That's a lot of medics sitting around here.
Yeah, it's really funny to see how the medics actually do interfere with the melee attacking units as they try to come forward.
Yeah. Oh, an eraser on the drones as well. Screw killing the Ultras.
Oh my God.
Okay, he's gonna have to pull back with his units now. Yeah,
okay.
if the first nuke had landed, it feels like that could have just been straight up a victory, but at the end of the day, he actually did not kill the expansion.
Well, here's the other important factor as well, is that that's engineered to end the game. There's not exactly a plan B from here.
Yeah, it seems the plan B is a sneak expansion in the top left. He does have 2-1 upgrades, so that's not bad. So when he gets up to 3-2, it becomes playable against the Ultras again. Like, Marine Medic definitely can kill them. And he hurt the economy a little bit of Larva, but again, Larva's on 4 bases. So for me right now, I feel like Larva is in a lead. But this is not undoable for NaDa for sure.
Well, let's see here. I mean, Zerg's on these 4 bases. Another push is coming out. Let's keep in mind that a lot of Ultras are killed in each of these attacks, but he has mustered many, many more up here.
Yeah.
He's pulling SCVs. He might actually try to.
Those are.
I'm sorry. Those are going to the upper left. I misread that.
So if those can get up there and Larva doesn't find out about it, that again puts NaDa into a decent position here. I'm a bit nervous for him. I don't know if +3 attacks on the way. I feel like it's +2 carapace. Only one eBay was blinking. So
okay, here we go. He's going to come forward now. Both of these vessels. Looks like this last one is going to be taken out, and I think you might be right, Artosis. Larva has that momentum. He has that economy set up.
Yeah.
And this is a smart move here. The moment that those Ultras get low on HP, run away. Every Ultra is so important here.
It is very true, and the economy of Larva is big enough that he can just continually make them. I feel like NaDa has to go home again. Like, when you play against Ultras, you have to be so careful if it's this pure Ultra strategy. And I don't feel like his upgrades are good enough against the 4 carapace.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Looks like he's going to take out one more Ultra, but I mean, this point in time, there's almost as many Ultras as there are Marines. And with Lings coming in with this, you absolutely have to retreat. The Ultras can soak up so much damage, and the Lings can do just wipe these Marines out.
Yeah. Now, just because he has a bunch of Ultras and he has the 4 bases, that doesn't mean that NaDa doesn't have any way to play. He's actually going into BCs here. BCs are pretty good against Ultras in this type of situation.
Yeah, it's a funny thing because, a battlecruiser can actually shoot down a Scourge in one shot. And when you have this ground-intensive army, there's nothing ranged here for Zerg. One battlecruiser, you can basically just set it and forget it. You can move them into the main, and they start hitting drones, and it becomes a huge problem for the Zerg.
Yeah, and not just that, you can target Ultras with them because they have such high burst damage, 25 before any upgrades, that the huge Ultralisk armor doesn't really mean as much, whereas Marines are just kind of tickling them and you need a ton of them. But right now he's continuing to upgrade. He's moving out with another gigantic force. Unfortunately, NaDa's base has been found, so he's done having a 3rd for now.
Yeah, he's stuck on 2 base, and that is not going to parlay into a healthy late game here as Terran.
Now, the 3rd base should be out of gas for Larva, so he should be mining just 2 per run there. We're going to see more Zerglings mixed in because of that, likely.
Yeah, I think you're right, Artosis. And the problem is that if you cannot get a 3rd base up here as Terran, Zerg is going to very easily be able to get an additional base and keep this momentum going. I mean, Zerg is not as concerned about eliminating Terran as just making sure Terran is stuck at home.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, around pretty soon, Zerg's main and natural are going to dry up from gas. His 3rd should be dry, and actually his 4th is going to be dry very soon if it's not. So NaDa, actually, if he just stays in this and continues to trade as best he can.
You might be right. I mean, an overextension here could be the worst nightmare here for Larva.
Yeah.
And we kind of saw that happening there. We said, okay, wait a minute, this isn't going the way I wanted it to go.
Well, Larva definitely needs another base. I think that's the real key. These,
is he taking the top left?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Because you see he's making more and more Zerglings right now, and his gas is just, it's not high. Like, you look at NaDa's gas, yeah, he's got a lot of gas. It's TVZ, that happens if you're going BCs. But, yeah, so for Larva, I mean, this is, if NaDa hits a critical mass, even though Larva's like way ahead in supply, there's a chance NaDa can take some insane fights. You have a medic wall, this has a hard time engaging.
Okay, hold up. We got another big attack coming in here now. Now, you want to try to get that surround. I mean, there's no surface area that you can really abuse here. And I think this may be the killing blow here in what was an insane and super exciting game that we saw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too bad that the strategy didn't work, but he almost pulled off a completely new strat against one of the top 3 best Zergs in the world. GG.
Amazing. Larva wins, but you can kind of see the look on his face like, damn. So that's what it's like to play against NaDa.
Now, NaDa's going to be kicking himself. There were several ways to play that game. I would have never predicted a nuke timing.
No.
It's just not a thing. I guess it is now. Well, ladder's going to be ruined for a little bit now for Zerg. Oh. Your nuclear launch detector, you're like, oh, God, that guy watched ASL, didn't he?
But it takes a genius like NaDa to come up with a strategy like that. And that nuke, both of us were like, did it hit? Like, is it going to hit?
Yeah.
Because it was so close to actually landing.
It's also funny because we never get to cast nukes. So it's like, how long is this going to take? I know it takes a while, but I don't have a feel for.
It was very close. It was very